Welcome to the deep dive. So today we're looking at a product that's been getting a lot of buzz online.
The Notox Tallow and Raw Honey Face Balm.
Exactly. And our goal here isn't to review the product itself, but to really dig into its marketing. Claims versus transparency.
And the pitch is very appealing.
Yeah, it's simple. Natural toxin-free moisturizer.
And that ingredient list is short. Grass-fed beef tallow, raw honey, beeswax, and sweet almond oil.
Not the whole thing.
So our mission today is, well, it's purely educational. We're just trying to understand what we can learn from these public claims.
Right, focusing on the scientific context and, independent verification.
Exactly. And this is really important, so we need to be crystal clear. This deep dive is educational commentary. It's an analysis of marketing materials. It is not medical or health advice.
Okay, so let's unpack this. The brand offers some seriously powerful numbers.
Very specific number.
Yeah, they claim 92% of users noticed softer skin, 95% experienced better texture, and get this, 90% saw an improvement in acne.
And that's the big one.
90%. I mean, that's the holy grail of skincare, if that claim is actually real.
And this is where it gets really interesting. Those numbers, they're basically just floating in the air. There's no context provided.
What do you mean, no context?
Well, there's no public methodology. We have no idea who these users were or, how the survey was even conducted.
Wait, so if I was a small business owner, I could just survey my friends and family.
The people who already love the product.
Right, and then I could put on my website, 100% saw improvement. Is that what you're saying?
Precisely. Without publicly available lab tests or peer-reviewed studies, these numbers just exist in a vacuum.
Huh.
It's like relying on a restaurant review written solely by the owner's mom. It's technically a review, but...
But it's totally unverified and lacks any scientific context for evaluation.
Got it. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, consumer confidence really relies on external verification. Our source material highlights a distinct lack of any mention of standard industry checks.
We're talking about the missing certifications that you usually look for.
Right.
Things like FDA approval or GMP certification.
Exactly, GMP, which is good manufacturing practices, or even just a basic GMO-free verification.
These are staples in the cosmetics industry. They give people a baseline of trust.
And the absence of a standard, like GMP certification, is particularly important.
Why is that?
Because it makes it really challenging for you, the consumer, to verify the consistency of the product.
Wow.
The pricey balm you buy in January might actually be different in sourcing or accuracy from the one you buy in June. It raises a serious question about quality control.
And the marketing language only adds to the murkiness.
They rely on these vague, feel-good terms.
Of like 100% nature-powered,
Right.
or that it's perfectly aligned with your skin's natural sebum.
They even drop in specialized jargon, like endocrine disruptors.
Right, I saw that.
And that's a key strategy. I mean, endocrine disruptors are chemicals that some research suggests may interfere with hormone systems.
So we're just dropping that term in there.
It's designed to trigger a little alarm bell. It suggests their product is automatically safer, even if that claim isn't substantiated with any verifiable data. They're selling biology, not proven chemistry.
Okay, so if the scientific claims are murky, what about the practical side? Customer support. We noted it was pretty limited, only an email address, right? No phone or live chat.
Which brings us right to finding objective consumer feedback.
Let me guess. The on-site reviews are polished.
Polished is a good word for it, but when you check external sources, there's a glaring silence.
Really?
Yeah, not much discussion on major platforms like Trustpilot or Reddit. We found a few Facebook reviews, some of them a bit exaggerated.
So it's tough for a potential buyer to source objective information, anything outside the brand's own curated website.
It's very challenging.
So what does this all mean then? We've analyzed the marketing, and it seems to rely on these powerful internal claims.
And very specific numbers, but without providing the verifiable scientific context or any of those third-party certifications.
So the final takeaway for you, the learner, is what?
I'd say it's this. When assessing any product, focus on the verifiable external proof.
Stuff cited by official sources, like the NIH or FDA, or in peer-reviewed research.
Exactly. Look for that, rather than solely trusting a brand's own alluring messaging. That's where the real insight lies.
And we'll leave you with a final provocative thought to consider. Think about how a company's willingness to invest in independent lab testing and robust customer support is itself a powerful indication of their commitment to long-term consumer confidence, something that goes way beyond the initial flashy marketing push, something to chew on.